Jay, and you're this pet P. You all know why we brought you down here today.
No, I don't.
We just need to ask you all a few questions.
Maybe you should call a lawyer.
Calm down. Calm down. There's no need for lawyers.
I don't need a lawyer because I had nothing to do with it.
It's just so sad.
I can't believe it.
Okay, let's just calm down.
If everyone can just calm down and listen.
So here's what we know. At 11:30 a.m., and the hills is about dead in the garden.
Yeah, we know that, and it's your job to figure out who did it.
That's our job now, and we will crack this case. But right now, we need to look at the facts.
Number one, we know that she was nearly 100 years old and relied on friends and family for help.
Number two, we know that when her driver came to pick her up today, she's found dead.
We were supposed to go to a beach walk and eat picnic.
Number three, we know that she was sitting on her chair, wearing a cozy jacket, her hair and makeup looking perfect.
Number four, on the table were her breakfast.
Eggs, toast, and tea, just like always.
Fresh cutted flowers.
A little fertilizer really makes them fragrant. A gardening book.
We share a fence and a love of flowers.
Lastly, we know that she was poisoned. Don't worry folks, we'll get to the bottom of this. But right now we need all of you to go to the other room. That way we can ask you some questions privately. So, who should we bring in first?
Let's start with the family.
Good idea, I'll bring the daughter. Have a seat, I'm sorry for your loss.
Where were you at 9 to 11:30 a.m.?
I was working.
What do you do?
I'm the CEO of Magic Makeup.
Magic makeup?
Yeah, only the most famous beauty company in the whole country.
I think I've heard of it. It's been on the news lately, right?
Yeah, we have a little lawsuit we're dealing with.
Lawsuit?
It's nothing really. Some people have just had an allergic reaction to some of our products.
I've heard that it's a pretty big lawsuit. Seen on news. If you lose your company, what will you do for money?
Well, I don't know, but I can tell you that our makeup is perfectly safe. When I use it on my own family, if I thought otherwise,
Speaking of family, how often do you see her?
I'm a very busy woman detective, especially with this lawsuit.
Tell me about the last time you saw her.
Well, I went by this morning. As a matter of fact, it was early, maybe 9. Mother was out in her garden admiring her flowers, but she looked a bit peckish, so I went over and touched up her makeup and made sure she was comfortable. She might be nearly 100, but a girl always needs to look beautiful. But I couldn't stay long because I had an important meeting, so I said goodbye and headed out.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Thank you. Don't leave the station yet. We may need to talk to you again.
Bring in the grandchild.
Have a seat. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. My grandma was my best.
Where were you between 9 to 11:30 a.m.?
Running.
Running?
Yeah, I like to keep fit.
Are you always so glued to your phone?
Yeah, I'm kind of an influencer.
Influencer?
Yeah, people follow me.
Follow you?
Not like stalking me. They follow my social.
So, do you have like a career or a job?
Like I said, I'm an influencer.
So, what are you gonna do with life if this influencer thingy isn't working out?
I don't know.
What are you gonna do for money?
I have a trust fund. It's in my grandma's will.
So, does that mean that Ed needs to be dead before you get the money?
I guess so.
So how often do you see her?
Not as often as I'd like. I love my grandma. She was the best.
Tell me about the last time you saw her.
Well, I went by this morning, as a matter of fact. It was early, maybe 9:30. I was out running, so I thought I'd swing by. She was sitting at her garden table, signing some papers. I went to give her a hug and realized it was her last will and testament. I didn't ask her about my inheritance, because that would be rude. So we took a little selfie together, said goodbye, and headed home.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Thank you. Don't leave the station yet. We may need to talk to you again.
Call in the driver.
Have a seat. I'm terribly lost.
Thank you. I've been driving Anna for years. My life just moved me to sit down.
Where were you at 9 to 11:30 a.m.?
The hardware store.
The hardware store?
Yes, the hardware store. I needed to get a better blanket for a picnic at the beach, and I wasn't happy with the one we were using.
The beach doesn't seem like the easiest place for an old woman.
Perhaps, but it was a favorite spot, so it felt quite connected there, away from all the constant nagging and money about it.
Your favorite spot? How long have you been going to there?
Oh, at least 25 years.
And when did your husband die?
10 years ago.
So, you and Edna were going to the beach before her husband died.
Well, yes. If I'm going to be honest, I loved Edna long before that husband came around. You see, Edna and I loved each other for a very long time. We were supposed to grow old together, but life doesn't work that way, does it? She only married him for his money, and I was in the background, always.
Interesting. So, childhood lovers?
I guess you could say that.
And you stay close. Tell me, how often do you see Edna?
Once a week, usually on Fridays, but it might change depending on how she was feeling. Edna had quite a few ailments. She'd been doing fine until a few months ago. She'd been struggling, suffering. It broke my heart to see her in pain.
Tell me about the last time you saw her.
Well, I went by this morning. As a matter of fact, it was early, around 9:45 a.m. Edna was standing in the garden, looking as lovely as ever. She wasn't just my employer, she was my Edna. I brought in the new blanket to show her, but she hated the fabric, too scratchy. She wasn't hard to please. I tried to be patient, but it got to me, you know. No one cared about her feelings the way I did, but she just shoo me away. So I headed out to get a better blanket.
But I thought you were the one who found Edna.
I was. After I bought the new blanket, I came back to pick her up. I headed into the garden, and that's when I found her, dead.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Thank you. Don't leave the station yet. We may need to talk to you again.
Bring in the cook.
Have a seat. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I've been cooking for Edna for years. I'm not sure what I'll do now.
Where were you at 9 to 11:30 a.m.?
At the grocery store.
The grocery store?
Yes, the grocery store. I do Edna shopping and make all her meals.
What was the last thing you made for her?
Well, last night I made tomato soup.
Soup.
Yes, soup. She's old, you know. She eats a lot of soup. Not to mention, we have amazing tomatoes growing in the garden.
Do you work along with the gardener?
Of course, he has an amazing green thumb. We talked a little bit in the restaurant someday. If only we had the money.
Tell me, how was it working with Edna?
If I'm being honest, it was terrible. She was rude to me and didn't like my cooking.
So how often do you see her?
Every day, 7 days a week. I come by early in the morning and again in the evening.
Tell me about the last time you saw her.
Well, I came by this morning as a matter of fact. It was early, and I was standing in the garden looking a bit confused. I led her over to the table and helped her sit down. I placed her breakfast there. Scrambled eggs, toast, and tea. She looked at it and looked at me with a look of disgust. I tried to be patient because she's an old lady, but it gets to me. I had to get to the grocery store, so I said goodbye and headed out.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Thank you. Don't leave the station yet. May need to talk to you again.
Bring in the gardener.
Have a seat. I'm sorry, boss.
Thank you. I've only been working with Edna for a short time, but your garden is really beautiful.
Where were you between 9 to 11:30 a.m.?
Well, I was at the garden store.
The garden store?
Yeah, the garden store. I needed some supplies.
Like what?
Oh, like clogging soil, there's pesticides, and there's fertilizer.
Fertilizer?
Yeah, fertilizer. Edna loves her flowers to be healthy. I sprinkle fertilizer all over the garden.
And pesticides?
Oh, those darn bugs. I personally grow a lot of fruits and vegetables, and if I don't use any pesticides, then they just take over.
So does Edna like her fruits and vegetables?
I suppose so. She eats them, but she mainly likes the flowers. She and her neighbor, they have quite the competition. They're always trying to outdo each other. But I like to grow food. The cook and I talked about opening a restaurant someday, but we just need to find the money.
How often do you see Edna?
Almost every day. Gardens need a lot of tending to, just like old people, I suppose.
Tell me about the last time you saw her.
Well, I went by this morning. It was early, maybe around 10. Edna was standing in the garden, and I just picked up some fresh flowers. She loves roses and poppies, but of course I put in some exotics as well. I held them up to her nose so that she could smell them. Then I walked over to her little table, put the flowers in the vase, and helped her sit down. I had to head to the garden store, so I couldn't stay long. So I said goodbye and headed out.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Thank you. Don't leave the station yet. We may need to talk to you again.
Bring in the dog walker.
Have a seat. I'm sorry, boss.
Thank you. This is a strange situation.
Where were you between 9 to 11:30 a.m.?
I was out walking the dog.
Walking the dog?
Yeah.
You know the dog was big, right?
Of course I do.
Have you always been a dog walker?
Well, no. I used to be the president of the bank.
President of bank? Impressive.
Yeah. Well, I got into a little trouble.
Trouble?
Yes, I admit it. I embezzled some money from the bank and spent some time behind bars. But I'm starting over. I've done my time.
I see. So now you're the dog walker.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, I don't even like dogs. Not even stuffed dogs. But Edna paid me well and said she'd always take care of us. In fact, she was rewriting her will to include me and Poppy.
Poppy?
Poppy.
So how often do you see Edna?
Every day, 7 days a week. I walk the dog in the morning and again in the evening.
When was the last time you saw her?
I went by early in the morning as usual. It was early. Maybe 10:30. Edna was sitting at the table, drinking tea. She spent some time cuddling the little rat dog. I mean, Poppy. Then I put the leash on and headed out for a lap around the neighborhood.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Thank you. Don't leave the station yet. We may need to talk to you again.
Right in the neighbor.
Have a seat. I'm sorry, lost.
Thank you. I've been Edna's neighbor for decades now. I'm wondering who. We're moving now that she's gone. It's important to know who's living next to you, right? You know,
Where were you this morning between 9 to 11:30 a.m.?
at home.
At home?
Yes, at home.
Do you own your house?
Of course, I do. I wish I owned her house too.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. It's just I asked Edna several times if I could buy her house, but she declined.
Why would you want her house?
Well, if I'm being honest, I would like to expand my garden. Plus, it will make a great rental property.
So how often do you see her?
Well, I stopped by this morning. As a matter of fact, maybe 11. I saw many people coming and going earlier. Some family, the cook, the dog walker. I recently found a little book of gardening tips. I thought Edna would use it, so I handed it to her. While she thumbed through it, I added another little flower to her bouquet. And headed it home.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Thank you. Don't leave the station yet. We may need to talk to you again.
Ready?
For sure.
All of you wait right here.
This is ridiculous. Why would they be suspicious of us? I'm your daughter, for heaven's sake. Why would I poison my own mother?
Is Grandma leaving me some money too?
I don't know about you, but I think those community members seem shifty.
I do too. I mean, that nosy nigga was always trying to buy Grandma's house.
That driver seems a bit creepy.
I don't know anymore, but I think the family is kind of suspicious.
What do you mean?
Well, they're just so privileged.
It's true, and they hardly ever come to visit her. She was a burden to them.
Yeah, they just paid people to take care of her. And the dog. What? I know the dog is fake!
I think they just want to get rid of her.
But how was she poisoned?
Food?
It wasn't me.
Chemicals?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll practice case.
Salt and crack.
We know who done it.
It's about time. Who did it?
So let's get right into it. Family, you have a lot of gain. The lawsuit will likely ruin your will. And you know that being an influencer isn't actually a great job. What if the payment products cause a fatal allergic reaction? You can both populate inheritance.
The employees. Are you taking advantage of this old lady? The driver. You saw her suffering. Maybe you want to take her out of misery, or your own. Cook and gardener. Are you tired of Anna's complaining? Maybe poison her with pesticides will be easier. And don't you need money for opening a restaurant? dog walker, you've fallen so far, embarrassed by your dog. If you killed Edna, you don't have to do this job. You don't have to do this job anymore. Plus, she definitely left a little something for you and Poppy in her will, right?
This crazy, just tell us who did it.
It was the neighbor.
That's right. You really wanted Edna's house and garden. You wanted to expand your garden and turn Edna's house into a rental property. You needed money and thought it's a great way to make a bundle.
This morning, we woke up and looked out your window. We saw our family members leave one by one. We saw the cook place her breakfast on the table, the gardener place some flowers, the driver picking up her basket, and the dog walker taking her dog. You knew how unhappy they all were.
You went through Edna's gates. You gave Edna a little gardening book and a flower from the garden. But what Edna didn't know is this flower was actually a Tropa belladonna, also known as deadly nightshade. It's easy. You grow it in your rare and exotic garden. Edna would definitely sniff the flower, breathe in the toxins, and die within an hour. Then you could own all of her house and garden.
Yes, I admit it. I poisoned Edna with nightshade. I wanted the house and garden, and I asked her nicely so many times. None of you did that is trying from the way I do. Owning and operating this big house takes a lot of money. But what would you all know? All your money grabbers are taken care of by her, and I'll not pay them!
That is enough. Take her away. All of you are free.
I go with